Now, before this video starts, there will be spoilers. Alright, cool, so now you know. Let's get into this topic. Kise Ryota is a force of nature. His physical talent for sports is greater than any miracle, or most athletes that we know of. He was always good at every sport he played, enjoying them all, and dominated completely. That is until he joined the basketball club and met the generation of miracles. He walked into the gym and laid eyes upon Aomine, being the beast he always is. From there on, he challenged him to one-on-ones and lost every single time. This is when Kise discovered what having a challenge truly feels like. When Kise split up with the miracles, he joined Kaijo and practiced hard every single day. He was always known to be able to copy moves just by seeing it once, but unfortunately, he was not able to perform the miracles moves because they were beyond his league at the time. The day he faced Aomine in the Inter High is when he scraped the surface of his inner potential. He finally stopped looking up to him and saw him as an obstacle to overcome. He was finally able to copy Aomine's style and went on a head-to-head battle, but in the end, Aomine was still the more experienced player, and he won. Skip to season 3, and this is when we catch up with Kise's abilities. When he faces the absolute a-hole, Heizaki, who has the ability to steal moves. Yeah, it's pretty stupid, I know, but just like Kagame and Kuroko, the protagonist needs to face an impossible threat to overcome to make the victory that much sweeter. Kise stockpiled a bunch of moves while playing in his games with Kaijo, but Heizaki is able to steal them, which causes some complications. Kise is also injured because of his match with Aomine, and he never let his injury heal, which seems to be holding him back greatly. However, Kuroko pulled out his cheerleading skills and pushed Kise to go beyond his limits, just like a Saiyan. Kise shoots a high projectile shot, and everyone recognizes that this was Midoriya's move. Kise unlocks the perfect copy. In this state, Kise is able to pull off all of the moves of the Generation of Miracles for at least 5 minutes, completely dominating Heizaki as he cannot steal the Miracles moves. When Kise faces Siren, he fully demonstrates his perfect copy by posing himself as a threat outside of the 3-point line and the inside. The combined efforts of Siren cannot stop Kise while he's able to shoot full court shots and perform formless shots while having the incomplete but lethal Emperor's Eye and Murasaki Bara's power under the paint. Typically, when a player isn't good at a certain craft, the defender usually tries to push the player to do things they are not comfortable with. Like Steph Curry, he's a deadly 3-point shooter. While his inside game isn't bad by any means, the defenders would rather push him to drive in for an inside shot because of his strength compared to the much bigger NBA players than have him shoot a very comfortable 3. While Kise has Midoriya's shooting ability, which is being able to shoot from anywhere on the court, you would think they would force him to go inside the paint instead. But if they force him on the inside, he can easily either use his Emperor's Eye to break his defender's ankles, or use Aomine's agility to drive inside and perform a formless shot, or any other trick shots he pulls out of his butt. Or go under the paint and use Murasaki Bara's power to dunk on anyone in his way. Remind you, Aomine was known to be the unstoppable scorer. He was able to make a layup or a shot in the most awkward positions, even making a shot from behind the backboard. And Kise has this in his arsenal, and Murasaki Bara's power was able to dunk on 3 of Siren's defenders like they were not even there. Kagame had to enter the zone to be able to stop Murasaki Bara. So yeah, Kise's definitely got the strength, for sure. With the Emperor's Eye, it was said that his was not absolute like Akashi's, but from what he did during the game, it was still a threat to be reckoned with. With this eye, he cannot be passed by with fakes or tricky ball handling movements in front of him, while still being able to ankle break at will, as long as he has enough space. This guy is legit Superman in basketball. At first glance, it may seem as though Kise has no weakness while using the perfect copy, besides his clear weakness, which is the time limit, but he still has another weakness, his inexperience as a basketball player. All the other miracles have been playing basketball longer than Kise by many years. Kise has been playing for over 2 years, and though he has so much potential, he still has much to learn. In episode 62, Kuroko is able to predict Kise's habits and combinations of the miracles moves. This proves that Kise is predictable to at least some people and still has to learn on how to properly use these moves in the perfect fashion. Although Kise was still able to overcome Kuroko's tactic because he still has teammates to rely on since it is a team sport. This is a huge development for Kise because even though his teammate lost to Aomine, he didn't let that stop him from relying on his team and understand his job to push forward as the ace. Understand that Kise is able to destroy Kagame without even activating the zone yet. It can be argued that the zone is probably on par with Kise's perfect copy, as we are not able to see Kagame enter the zone against him, but Kise can still stack his zone on top of his perfect copy, as we saw in the last game. Kise combines the perfect copy and zone in this moment, and he becomes the strongest player on the court, as stated by Midorima. He takes on the entire team of Jabberwock like they were children playing on the court. We just saw Jason Silver dominating beforehand, but once Kise activated his perfect copy and the zone right after that, even he stood no chance. This guy went crazy. You could say he has a huge handicap with it being his time limit of 5 minutes, although in his game against Siren was able to make it last 7 minutes, which I believe was because he was able to rest most of the game since he was injured, aka the creator having to handicap Kise since he realized he was way too powerful. But I think we forget that he is only 16 years old and he's already pulling off NBA if not greater feats. He still has much more time to grow as a basketball player, especially with a consistent challenge which he has in the Miracles. I truly believe Kise will be the most powerful Miracle in the future. Most people say Almane is going to be because he was never training while still being a beast, which makes sense, but Kise only started playing basketball not too long ago, and he already awakened his abilities to surpass them all. All he needs to work on is his stamina issue and to keep playing basketball to build up that experience, which I'm sure he can accomplish since he's only still so young. Overall, Kise is a monster that will be a constant threat to the rest of the Miracles and the rest of the NBA, and hopefully I was able to help you understand why he's so powerful, and that in the future, he will be the greatest player. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this, or offer some suggestions for other topics. See you all later.